Hey everyone, I want to talk about dating success tips because as a single mom, when you start to date, that can be a little bit scary and also you don't really know what you're going to expect. So I have a couple notes here. I'm just going to get them and then read them to you. Um, let's see. So, steps for dating success. These are some pointers that have helped me. I want them to help you too. And if you have any extras, let me know what you do that works for you, okay? And remember to go below this video and hit the subscribe button. And then when I have new videos appear, you'll get first notification. All right, so your mind wants to protect you from the past. Most single moms have went through a breakup or maybe it was a sudden change in your life, and so you don't want to go through that hurt, and then you try to protect yourself. And the only problem with that, like, it's a good thing, but the problem with that is then sometimes what happens is you bring that into your new relationship, which is not even fair for the new person you're dating. And we all know what it's like when we let our mind do circles in our head and add stories to different things that are going on. And so the note that I have is, I gotta change this paper because it's like in the wrong spot. Hold on. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna attempt to read without my glasses. Let's see here. What did I write here? Yeah. So don't go into fear. Okay. So I kind of have a funny story. About over a year ago, I had actually tried dating this guy, and then he ended up being late for something, and I just totally canceled the whole event, just because I didn't want to go through being rejected, really. And so then I was just like, woo, and my wall went up, and it did not work out. And I look back now and I thought, okay, that was totally my own issue. So really do a self-evaluation. Are you going into this new dating with fear from your last? Because if you are, you possibly are going to create scenarios in your head that don't necessarily exist. So the first thing you need to do is remember is don't add a story onto the situation. Like, give people grace. Things happen. So before you go in your head and think that it's the worst scenario and you're in fear mode and you want to just bail and cancel everything, don't do that. Like, the truth will always come out in the end. So just go with the flow. If things are going great, just step by step. And if there's some things that are kind of starting to show themselves, it will reveal itself in the right time. So you don't need to freak out and make all these big walls. But also, on the flip side of that is you also want to lower your walls with your comfort level. You don't want to go past your comfort level because then you're going to just start acting all funny. Okay, so remember, yeah, just use the facts. So for example, if they didn't call you, I just had a moment of like, I'm guilty still of that. If they don't call you, okay, my mind goes all crazy because first off, I think, okay, are they ditching me or are they in the hospital? Did something bad happen? But then what happens is that just really overwhelms us. So I just realized I am still guilty of that one. So I haven't gotten that one figured out yet. But at the same time, you want to make sure that if that happens, then you need to have like a pre-plan of how are you going to deal with that. Because if you like the guy and you want to date him, people are human. Like, we all make mistakes, including us. So just go easy on yourself. Just try not to go too much into a story into your head and just focus on what facts are there and what's in front of you. And if you can't figure out the answer at the time, that's okay. Just do your thing. Okay, so enjoy the little moments. So I know for single moms, sometimes that we stress because we don't want to be investing our limited time into something that potentially isn't even going to work out. But the thing is that even if it doesn't work out, that's okay. The point of dating is just to enjoy your little moments. So if you guys went out for a nice dinner and then that's it, and maybe you went on one date with the guy and realized he's not your type, that's okay. But you still went out and you had a nice conversation with someone. And also, when you go and you date different people, you figure out what type of a person makes you feel good in their presence, what you want to be treated like. And then when you date different people, you learn who you are a little bit more as well and what you really want. So don't fear dating. Dating's okay. It's not a rush, and also to remember, it's not a rush, but also your priority is your child as well. And so everything that we do will affect our children negatively or positively. There's never a neutral. It's either positive or negative. At least that's my belief. And so when you decide to date somebody, have a plan in place. What are you going to do, for example, if your child all of a sudden feels jealous or rejected, or what's the interaction that you want with your child and that person that you're dating? Do you want that person to meet your child? Do you want that person never to meet your child? Or do you want that person to be your child's best friend? That's up to you. There's no right or wrong answers. It's just what works for you. I know that children do perceive things in their own little way, so know your child and know what their needs are. And the thing is, that's the most important, is let them know that just because you're dating and you're spending time with somebody else, that they're not any less than, they're still valuable. And so for myself, what I do is I create extra time that's quality bonding time with my son. So if you're going to go on a date and they know that that's a date, and they're kind of like, okay, who's this person in my mom's life? Then go home and play a game with them, or color with them, or do something that they know that that's okay, that mom can have other people in their life and it's okay, I'm not left alone. Consider closure. So if you are dating somebody, it could be even if you got into a relationship for a long time, consider closure before you get to closure, so that if this relationship doesn't work out, you have a backup plan for your child. Because the thing is that we have coping skills. We're adults. We know what to do. Children don't. Children just know that people come in and out of life. The good thing about children is that they are resilient, but no matter what, they will be impacted by you dating somebody. So it's not stating that you shouldn't be able to date, but it is stating that in the end, if you allow your child to be attached to this person, it's not only you that's going to cope with a loss, but your child will. So have a plan for that. And or if you don't allow your child to be anywhere near this person that you're dating, that's fine too. But if all of a sudden mommy is sad, or all of a sudden mommy is just not really happy, or maybe you are happy, they notice that. So have a plan in place to minimize how your emotions are and how you can control your emotions, so that when you're around your child, if you're stressed, if you're sad, if you're angry, that you keep that between you and the partner that you were dating, and or vent to a friend. But try to know that you might be a little bit less patient with your child if you're thinking in your mindset and your emotions are focused on something else. So those are some little things about dating that I hope you consider, and have fun dating. And I look forward to hearing back from you on how that works.